Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. We are on to continuing the second book of Enoch, which is the Book of Secrets. Okay? Also referred to the Slavonic Book of Enoch. Okay? So we ended our last reading a couple of days ago in chapter 22, but we are going to pick up in chapter 22 again just to catch up, just as a refresher for where we were. Okay. And again, this is Enoch traveling through the portals, dimensions, esoteric realms. Okay. And the Lord said to Michael, that's Archangel Michael, "Go and take Enoch from out of his earthly garments and anoint him with my sweet ointment and put him into the garments of my glory." Highest divine white light, place all of us based on our worthiness and qualifications, based on our faithfulness to you. Let's just do based on our faithfulness to you. Confirmation, excuse me. Just based on our faithfulness to you, highest divine white light, place the Soul Tribe Collective today in your glory, in your garments of glory. Bathe us in your pneuma. Okay? Bathe us in your light. And Michael did thus as the Lord told him. He anointed me and dressed me, and the appearance of that ointment is more than the great light. And his ointment is like sweet dew, and its smell mild, shining like the sun rays. And I looked at myself and was like transfigured, one of his glorious ones. And the Lord, highest divine white light, summoned one of his archangels by name Pravil, whose knowledge was quicker in wisdom than the other archangels. They all have a strength. Who wrote all the deeds of highest divine white light. And highest divine white light said to Pravil, "Bring out the books from my storehouses and read of quick writing." And a reed of quick writing, right? Something to write with. "And give it to Enoch, and deliver to him the choice and comforting books out of your hand." Okay, so chapter 30 or 23. There might be something about 32. And he said, and he was telling me all the works of heaven, earth, and sea, and all the elements, their passages and goings, and the thunderings of the thunders, the sun and moon, the goings and changes of the stars, the seasons, years, days, and hours, rising of the wind, the number of angels, and the formation of their songs, and all the human things, the tongue of every human song and life, the commandments, the instructions, sweet-voiced singings, and all things that is fitting to learn. So there must be some things that are not fitting to learn. And Pravil told me all the things that I have told you. We have written, sit and write all the souls of mankind, however. Many of them are born, and the places prepared for them to eternity. For all souls are prepared to eternity before the formation of the world. Again, before he said, "Let there be light," there you were. Before he said, "Let there be the beasts of the field," Soul Tribe Collective, there you were. Before he said, "We will call this lion," Adam said, "We will call this lion," highest divine white light concurred. Before that time, you were. And all the double 30 days and 30 nights, and I wrote out all things exactly, and wrote 366 books, and wrote 300 366 books. The Vatican, you sorry ass motherfuckers, where are those 366 books? And wrote 366 books. Secret societies, where are those books? We're coming after them. And highest divine white light summoned me and said to me, Enoch, sit down on my left with Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. And I bowed down to highest divine white light, and highest divine white light spoke to me. Enoch, beloved, all that you see, all things that are standing finished, I tell you, even before the very beginning, all that I created from non-being and visible physical things, from invisible spiritual things. Hear, Enoch, and take these my words, for not to my angels have I told my secret. So not even the angels know the secrets that highest divine white light is dispelling to or releasing to Enoch. And I have not told them their rise, so from whence they've come, or their beginnings, nor my endless realm, nor have they understood my creating, which I tell you today. For before all things were visible things, physical things, I alone used to go about this spiritual or invisible things, like the sun from the east to the west, and from the west to the east. But even the sun has peace itself, while I found no peace, because I was creating all things, and I conceived the thought of placing foundations and of creating physical creation. Chapter 25. I command in the very lowest parts that visibility or physical things should come down from invisible things. So first the spiritual, then the natural. Not the natural, then the spiritual. And a dole came down very great, and I beheld him, and lo, he had a belly of great light. And I said to him, become undone, Adol, and let the visible, physical, come out of you. And he came undone, and a great light came out, and I was in the midst of the great light, and as there is born light from light, there came forth a great age, and showed all creation which I had thought to create. And I saw that it was good. Okay, so again, we're talking about let the beast of the waters come forth, the fish of the waters, the beasts of the fields, the birds of the air. Let them all come forth. Okay, and he saw that it was good. And I placed for myself a throne, and took my seat on it. I rested on the seventh day, and said to the light, go thence up higher, and fix yourself high above the throne, and be a foundation to the highest things. And above the light, there are times when I'm reading these canonical texts, and I am whisked away for just a moment into some feeling of just, oh, it's so magical. It is, oh, it is an amazing, just the energy of it is just profound. I'm telling you, my words are not enough to describe. And I just had another one of those moments, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Sorry, I don't mean to show my feet in the video, but it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And above the light there is nothing else. So above that a dull light there is nothing else. And then I bent up and looked up from my throne. Chapter 26. And I summoned the very lowest a second time and said, let Arcus come forth hard. And he came forth hard from the invisible, from the spiritual, and Arcus came forth hard, heavy, and very red. And I said, be opened, Arcus, and let there be born from you. And he came undone, and age came forth, very great and very dark, bearing the creation of all lower things. And I saw that it was good, and said to him, again, we're talking about the abyss, go thence down below, again, down below, and make yourself firm, that's in the firmament, and a foundation for the lower things. And it happened, and he went down and fixed himself, and became the foundation for the lower things, and below the darkness there is nothing else. And I commanded that there should be taken from light and darkness, and I said, be thick, and it became thus. And I said, and I spread it out with the light, and it became water, and spread it out over the darkness below the light. And then, and then I made firm the waters, that is to say, the bottomless, and I make foundation of light around the water, and created 7 circles from inside, and imaged the water like crystal. Water, what does water look like when the sun is shining upon it? It looks like crystals, right? Dancing crystals. Wet and dry, that is to say, like glass. And the circumcision of the water and of other elements. And I showed, it's interesting that the water was circumcised, as he commanded Abraham to do to all those who were born, males who were born on the 8th day, they are to be circumcised. And I showed each one of them its road, or its path that it is to flow. And the 7 stars, each one of them in its heaven, and they go thus, and I saw that it was good. Again, the book of Genesis doesn't go into all of this, does it? And I separated light between darkness, that is to say, in the midst of the water hither and thither. And I said to the light that it should be the day, and to the darkness that it should be the night. And there was evening and there was morning the first day. And chapter 28, and then I made firm the heavenly circle, and made that the lower water which is under heaven collect itself together into one whole, and the chaos become dry, and it became so. And of the waves I created rock, hard and big, and I'm reminded of science class, like sedimentary rock, and from the rock I piled up dry, and the dry I called earth, and the mist of the earth I called abyss. That is to say, the bottomless sea, as we saw earlier. I collected the sea in one place and bound it together with a yoke. I believe those are the oceans. We have the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. We also have the Indian Ocean. Alexa, what are the names of the oceans?
Here's what I found.
Alexa, what are the names of the oceans?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the 5 oceans are the Arctic, Southern, Indian, Atlantic, and Pacific.
Okay. And I said to the sea, behold, I give you your eternal limits, and you shall not break those from your component parts. Okay, so a sea cannot be isolated. It must flow into another body of water or another section of the water being. Thus I made fast the firmament. This day I called the first created. This day I called me the first created, Sunday. So this establishes Sunday as the first day of the week and not Monday. Okay. Chapter 29. And for the heavenly troops, I imaged the image and essence of fire, and my eye looked at the very hard, firm rock, and from the gleam of my eye, the lightning received its wonderful nature, which is both fire in water and water in fire. So there's a balance. And one does not put out the other, nor does one dry up the other. Therefore, the lightning is brighter than the sun, softer than water, and firmer than hard rock. And from the rock I cut off a great fire, and from the fire I created the orders of the incorporeal 10 troops of angels, and so the lineage and hierarchy of angels, and their weapons are fiery, and their raiment a burning flame. And I commanded that each one should stand in his order. So each one given assignment. You stand over here, you stand over here, you soldier, you go guard the tomb of the unknown. You soldier, you go stand at the Arlington Cemetery. You soldier, you are to be deployed. You soldier, you are to be to defend the homeland. You soldier, you are right. So he's assigning angels to do their part. You are responsible, Amun-Ra, you are responsible for the physical sun. Sirius, Isis, you are responsible for the esoteric sun. He's assigning portals, assigning angels to, okay? And one from out the order of the angels, having turned away with the order that was under him, conceived an impossible thought to place his throne higher than the clouds above the earth, that he might become equal in rank power. Here's the devil. Here's Satan. Here's Beelzebub. Here's Beliar. Here's Jezebel. Here's the spirit of Lilith. Need I go on? Here's a pep. Okay? Confirmation, throat chakra. And I threw him out. I just think it's funny that there's a throat chakra block there when I'm laughing at the enemy, and my right ear is ringing. All right, return to sender, return to sender, return to sender, all throat blockages with vengeance and the sword. And I threw him out from the height with his angels, so with his followers, and he was flying in the air continuously above the bottomless. So he roams the earth seeking whom he may devour. Where's the bottomless? Okay, that is in the midst of the earth. The abyss is in the center of the earth. There is a firmament within the earth. So the devil and his angels, they roam about the earth, hovering above the firmament. You get it? Seeking whom they may devour. Chapter 30. On the third day I commanded the earth to make grow great and fruitful trees, and hills, and seed to sow. And I planted paradise, and enclosed it, and placed as an armored guardians flaming angels. And thus I created renewal. I got that card yesterday. When I pulled the card, that is the spirit of Hapi, H-A-P-Y, the Egyptian deity, Hapi, H-A-P-Y. That is renewal. That's what Hapi represents, renewal. Okay? Then came evening and day, or excuse me, not day, what am I reading? Then came evening and came morning, the fourth day. So at the Garden of Eden, highest divine white light, placed at paradise, in front of paradise, this flaming sword or flaming angel, after Adam and Eve did what they should not have. Wednesday. On the fourth day, I commanded that there should be great lights on the heavenly circles. On the first uppermost circle, I placed the stars, Chrono. On the second, Aphrodite. Sounds familiar, like Aphrodite's. On the third, Eris. On the fourth, on the third, Eris. And on the fifth, Zeus. On the sixth, Hermes. On the seventh, Lesser, the moon. And adorned it with the lesser stars. Okay, so these are the moons, or the moon. So there's the first star, there's the second star, there's the third star. There is no fourth star. That's interesting. I wonder. Maybe we'll find out. And on the lower I placed the sun for the illumination of the day, and the moon and the stars for the illumination of night. The sun, that it should go according to each constellation 12. Again, Capricorn, Zodiac, Capricorn, not Capricorn, Zodiac, or yes, Capricorn, Zodiac sign, but Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Virgo, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, right, Gemini, Aries, Aquarius, these constellations, okay? Currently we are aware of 88 constellations, by the way. According to each constellation, 12, and I appointed the succession of the months and their names, there was a confirmation there, and their names and lives and thunderings and their hour markings, how they should succeed. So this is how this looks, okay? So let me take a sign. Let's take Leo, since we're in Leo season and we're in this great manifesting time period of the blue moon tonight, full moon, blue moon tonight, okay? Don't try no shit, karmics, because your ass will get blown out of the water. If you've been doing witchcraft against high vibrational earth angels, you've been doing witchcraft against healers, alchemists, okay? Let me tell you something, okay? If you do that shit today, your ass will live in infirmity for the rest of generations. You will not be let out. Do not attempt, karmic energy, do not attempt to do any black magic tonight. Your ass will get scorched. With the infirmity, your ass will get scorched. I'm telling you, you will die the death. So this is what this looks like, Soul Tribe Collective. So, when you are birthed, all that is is all that will be. Everything is already laid out. Everything is already laid out. Okay? So I'm going to use myself and Russell Wilson as an example. Because I know Russell Wilson was born on the 333rd day of the year as well. Okay? Again, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who was born on the 333rd day in 1974. Right? I'm not the only child that was physically birthed on that day. Okay? I'm not the only deity that was birthed in the physical realm on that day, however you want to word it. But I'm going to take me and Russell Wilson as an example. And I don't know what Russell Wilson's life is like, the NFL quarterback. I have no idea. I think he's been traded from Denver. He's with someone else now. I don't even know who that is. I don't know what team that is. But he was born on 11/29 of 1988. So him and I are exactly 14 years apart. That's a 7 and a 7. I've never met him. I mean, I don't even watch football today other than highlights. I don't sit down and spend hours watching football. I will go to a physical game because that's interactive. I will not sit on a couch and use 3 hours, 4 hours of my day to sit there and watch football. I won't do that. Okay? So, yeah. All right. But here's two individuals, two spirit beings who were birthed on the 333rd day of the year. I don't know what Russell's spiritual well-being is like today. I have no idea. Does he even know that that's the 333rd day of the year? I don't know. Does he know the significance of it? I don't know. Just like the 245th day is significant. But this is how I see this. Everything is laid out already. It's already laid out. So, the moment that you are birthed or conceived, there are astrological alignments that happen the moment you are conceived. Okay? This just gives more credence to why abortions are bad. Okay? Because from conception you are a living, that is a living, I'm going to say a living deity within that woman. From conception, that is a living deity within that woman. Okay? And I understand your body is your body, woman. I understand if you're in a karmic situation, you got RAPED'd. I understand if it was for molestations. I understand if it was a pedophile. I understand all of those things. But do you understand, regardless of how a child, just like you, regardless, what if your mother or father, or your mother, unalived you just because of the circumstances in which you were birthed? She didn't like your father at the time. It was a RAPED, a molestation, a polygamist, a pedophile, a whatever. What if they unalived you before birthing you? Because you were a spiritual deity fully at conception. Okay? Again, the egg carries energy and aura, and the sperm carries energy and aura. All right? So, there's no getting around that, I'm hearing. There's no getting around that. So we are birthed into certain esoteric energetic planes. Certain. So if you are birthed into a Sagittarian North Node or Sun sign, okay? If you are birthed into a Virgo Sun sign, you're birthed into a Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces Sun sign. All of this was already laid out, and what each would produce in you, or what each was meant to produce in you, from the beginning of the creation of the earth. Okay, then we're going to go back to this verse here. Then the sun that it should go according to each constellation 12, and I appointed the succession of the months and their names and lives and their thunderings and their hour markings, how they should succeed. The evening came and morning came the 5th day, Thursday. On the 5th day I commanded the sea that it should bring forth fishes and feathered birds of many varieties, and all animals creeping over the earth, going forth over the earth on 4 legs and soaring in the air, male sex and female, and every soul breathing the spirit of life. And there came evening and there came morning the 6th day. So on Friday, on the 6th day, I commanded my wisdom to create man from heaven, consistencies. Or from 7, sorry, I said heaven. From 7 consistencies. 1, his flesh from the earth. 2, woo, Genesis don't say shit about this, boy. Nothing, because it's so fucking watered down. It's so watered down. 1, flesh from the earth. 2, his blood from the dew. 3, his eyes from the sun. 4, his bones from the stone. 5, his intelligence from the sweetness of the angels and from the cloud. 6, his veins and his hair from the grass of the earth. Have I not been saying? This is the biggest confirmation yet for what I've been saying. We are a smaller depiction or an exact replica, but an exact replica of the earth. Have I not been saying this, Soul Tribe Collective? This is even further confirmation into greater detail. The veins of your body are as the veins of the roots of the earth. Your hair are like the grass or the weeds of the earth. 7, his soul from my breath and from the wind. That's why he breathed into man and man became a living creature. And I gave highest divine white light. Let me take time right now. 33 minutes on the timer, exactly right now, 33 minutes. Let me take time right now to praise you for your divine insight and your marvelous works. Your marvelous works. The supreme ingenuity of man. I once was talking to a nephrologist when I was being diagnosed before I started dialysis. And he told me that the body is not a machine. What a lie. The body, physical body, is the most intricate and diverse machine ever created. Ever created. Thank you, highest divine light, for your wisdom in creating man. Thank you for the thoughtfulness that you put into creating us and each and every creature, both living and extinct today. Thank you. Thank you. Your wisdom far exceeds anything that man, any excuse or scientific genre or rigmarole that man could ever come up with. It far exceeds any garbage that man could ever come up with in a lab. Man could never come close to creating what you have created. And I gave him 7 natures: to the flesh hearing, the eyes for sight, to the soul smell, the veins for touch. Again, there's sensors, right? Sensors. That's why if you cut off the blood flow to a certain part of you, it goes numb. Why? Because the veins are for touch. The veins associated with touch, those are your nerves. Okay? The blood for taste, and the bones for endurance, bone marrow, to the intelligence, sweetness, and enjoyment. I conceived a cunning saying to say, I created man from invisible or spiritual, and from the visible, physical. So we are a combination of both physical and spiritual things. Again, from the dust, but our spiritual man comes from highest divine white light's aura. That's the breath. That's the pneuma of highest divine white light. Of both are his death and life, an image. He knows speech like some created thing, small in greatness, and again great in smallness. And I placed him on earth, and a second angel, honorable, great and glorious, and I appointed him as ruler to rule on the earth. So man was placed on earth as an angel, Adam, and to have my wisdom, and there was none like him on earth of all my existing creatures. So man was set apart to rule over every other creature that highest divine white light had made, both of the sea, of the air, and of the land. This is good, and that bad. Oh, excuse me, I skipped something. And I appointed him a name from the four component parts, from east, from west, from south, from north, and I appointed for him 4 special stars. I wonder what those stars are. And I called his name Adam, much like atom. Adam, atom, Atom, the very source, the very essence of. Without the atom, there is nothing. Without the atom, there is nothing. And showed him the 2 ways, the light and the darkness, and told him, this is good, and that bad. That's interesting. That I should learn whether he has love towards me or hatred. That it be clear which in his race loves me. So, perhaps man did know good and evil already when man was in paradise. The devil, Lucifer, the snake, Jezebel, today that comes in many different forms. It could be a co-worker, spouse, friend, sibling, parent, aunt, uncle. Satan came to them and told them that they would become as a god, knowing both good and evil. They already knew or was aware of darkness. They were just simply protected again in paradise. For I have seen his nature, but he has not seen his own nature. Therefore, through not seeing, he will sin worse. And I said after sin, what is there but death? You've leave me no choice. And I put sleep into him, and he fell asleep. And I took from him a rib, and created him a wife, that death should come to him by his wife. That death should come to him by his wife. And I took his last word and called her name Mother. That is to say, Eva or Eve. Okay, let's finish up here in the 31st chapter, and we'll end it for today. Again, thank you so much, Soul Tribe Collective, for being a part of what Highest Divine White Light is sharing through this platform. Adam has life on earth, and I created a garden in Eden in the east, that he should observe the testament and keep the commandment. And I made the heavens open to him, that he should see the angels singing the song of victory, and the gloomless light. And he was continuously in paradise, and the devil understood that I wanted to create another world, because Adam was Lord on earth to rule and control it. Excuse me, confirmation burp. Excuse me. The devil said, or the devil is the evil spirit of the lower places. As a fugitive from heaven, he made Satana from the heavens, as his name was, again, Satan, as his name was Satanel, or Satan. Thus, he became different from the other angels, but his nature did not change. His intelligence, as far as his understanding of righteousness and sinful things. So he's very well aware of his evil deeds, the devil who roams the earth, seeking whom he may devour. Very well aware of his karmic ass. And he understood his condemnation and the sin which he had sinned before. Therefore he conceived thought against Adam. In such form he entered and seduced Eve, or Eva, but did not touch Adam. It's interesting that he went to Eve first. But I cursed ignorance, but what I had blessed previously, those I did not curse. I cursed not man, nor earth, nor other creatures, but man's evil fruit and his works. Okay? So, this concludes this journey through chapters 23 through 31 of the second book of Enoch, and the creation of the earth, the creation of the of the celestial, okay, the stars, the firmament, the heavens, the angels, their responsibilities, the fall of man, the reason for the fall of man, the exile of Satan from heaven, from highest divine white light's throne. Yeah. So again, thank you so much, Soul Tribe, for being a part. It was 43:03 on the timer when I looked. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:32 a.m.
10:32. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 104 degrees.
Okay. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10:32 a.m.
All right. So, thank you so much, Soul Tribe Collective, for being a part, again, of the channel. Thank you for your love that you send towards me. I send unconditional love to you as a healing power. Thank you for being a part of all that highest divine white light is doing here in the earth. Your light is needed. Your courage, your frequency, your high vibrational frequency is needed. Your authentic self is needed. As always, be encouraged.